Okay, so I'm going to be talking about sensitive areas in this video, and I already tried to record this video once before, and I realized that the quality was so bad you could barely see anything, and although seeing isn't very important in this case, you just have to listen to what I say. It's important enough that I felt like uploading the video was pointless, but I still did it anyway, and when I saw it I was disappointed in how terrible it looked. So I decided to take it down, and now I'm trying this again. So I'm talking about sensitive areas, and sensitive areas are areas where access to my true reality, MTR, becomes significantly easier. Normally, when I'm just going about my business in my false reality, or my fake reality, MFR, my access to MTR is null, is practically none. But when I'm in a sensitive area, it's so easy, it happens without me even trying much of the time. Now, this isn't to say that it's always, I never have access to MTR without being in a sensitive area, but it is so much easier that it's almost pointless to try and access MTR while not being in a sensitive area because it just wastes time and effort, really. Now, when I'm in these sensitive areas, I'm not necessarily more comfortable than I am, because when I'm closer to MTR, I'm not necessarily more comfortable than when I'm just in MFR. The dissonance of my existence eases, but I am still sort of scared for my life in a way, because I am still in MFR. Even if I'm like 50% in MTR as well, I'm still in MFR, and I don't think I've ever gotten to 50%. I have no way of gauging how far into MTR I've gotten, but if I had to guess, I wouldn't put it close to 50%. It would be significantly lower. I have a lot of progress to make, I guess, in that department. I feel like there's opportunity for me to get a lot closer, but I haven't quite figured out how. But I digress. These sensitive areas are common, and they have a lot to do with specific, some senses, such as hearing, and also just some specific aspects, like lighting is a big thing. The lighting of the area is very important for whether or not it is easy for me to access MTR, and I believe this is because of the differences that MTR has compared to MFR. When the differences are present in the sensitive area, it is when I have the greatest access to MTR. Now, I believe MFR is preventing or attempting to prevent me from going to these sensitive areas because it doesn't want me to leave. This is something I don't understand yet. I don't know whether MTR has some kind of consciousness, and this is MFR, more importantly. I don't know if MFR has some kind of consciousness to it, some sort of decision making, because it feels like it makes these decisions to attempt to keep me here. Like, these decisions that it make feel very primitive, I guess, if you would put it, very sensitive. It's like the what somebody who reacts and acts quickly would do, instead of fully thinking out whether or not it's a good idea. MFR seems to use cars to intimidate me, cars to track me and watch me. They'll be parked, nobody's getting in or out of them, but they're watching me. And MFR hurts me, hurts my feet especially, so that I can't walk to these sensitive areas because it knows I have no other way of getting there. I don't currently own a car. So it's clear to me, it feels clear at least, that MFR is attempting to keep me here, which I don't understand. You would think it would want to get rid of me and send me to MTR where I belong. But it feels almost as if it has a consciousness of some kind, and it's deciding that it wants to keep me here for some reason. This is all speculation. I've done great analysis on a lot of things, but this is not one of them. This is new information to me, which is part of why I'm making this video. I want to document it. It's very interesting to me. I really don't fully understand anything that's going on in this specific situation with MFR, but it really does feel like it's making these primitive decisions to, at the very least, impact me. I'll just say that. I don't know if it wants to keep me here or make me leave, but it feels like it wants to keep me here for some reason, because why else would it prevent me from going to these sensitive areas where I get closer to MTR? So anyway, I found all that very interesting to explore. And yeah, being in these sensitive areas, it doesn't necessarily make me feel great. I still feel iffy about everything. I'm still mostly in MFR, but it does help with a lot of the dissonance in my head about my existence and the trouble that I have with my existence. It eases some of that a bit, makes me feel a little bit better about myself, but I still feel unsafe and worried for the most part. But either way, I'm extremely drawn to them, of course, because it's the easiest way for me to get access to MTR, and MTR is where I want to go. It's where I belong. But, yeah, a lot of strange stuff has been happening, and I need to do a lot more analysis on this kind of stuff before I start making more claims. So I'll just leave it there for now. I'm not exactly sure. But these sensitive areas are fascinating, and I love exploring them, and I plan on starting to document when I go to them sort of different aspects of them that may make them the sensitive area, and possible aspects of them that may be the same as MTR, and how well they work as access to MTR, because it's very clear to me that not all sensitive areas are as sensitive. The sensitivity differs greatly based on all of the different aspects that are at play. So I'd like to make a document and sort of rank these places and figure out where the best places are for me to go, and then start going there so that I get easier access to MTR and can start making further and deeper discoveries into what exactly is going on. But I think that's going to be about it for this first talk here.